Before electricity, the end of the day was not simple. It was a major shift in human life. As the sun began to set, ancient people slowly stopped everything they were doing. Farmers left their fields. Hunters returned from forests. Children stopped playing and started heading home. There were no streetlights, no glowing windows, no screens. Only the fading light of the sun. The world slowly changed color, from bright yellow to orange, to deep blue, and finally darkness. Ancient people knew one thing very well. Once the sun disappears, survival becomes harder. When complete darkness arrived, fire became the center of human life. Fire was not just light. It was protection. It was warmth. It was safety. Without fire, ancient nights would feel completely empty and terrifying. Around the fire, people finally relaxed. They could see each other's faces again. They could eat together, talk, and feel safe. Wild animals stayed away from firelight. Darkness stayed outside the circle. Fire created something important: human connection at night. This is where ancient people stopped just surviving and started living together. In ancient times, there were no books, no television, and no internet. So people created something powerful: oral storytelling. Around the fire, elders told stories of gods, spirits, heroes, and mysterious creatures. These stories were not just entertainment. They explained the world. Why does lightning happen? Why do animals behave strangely? Why does death exist? Children listened carefully. Some stories made them feel safe. Others made them afraid. But all of them made them imagine. In the darkness, imagination became stronger than reality. As the night grew deeper, most ancient people went to sleep early. There was no reason to stay awake, and very little light to work with. Families slept together in small huts or caves. Staying close meant warmth and protection. But sleep was not always peaceful. Outside, unknown sounds filled the night. Animals moved in the dark. Wind made strange noises. Even so, rest was necessary. Because tomorrow meant survival again. Hunting, farming, and searching for food. Sleep was not comfort. It was preparation. One of the most peaceful parts of ancient nightlife was the sky. Without city lights or pollution, the stars were incredibly bright. The sky looked alive. Ancient people studied stars for direction and time. They created early maps of the sky. Stars helped travelers find their way. They helped farmers understand seasons. But beyond science, the sky also created wonder. Looking at the stars reminded people how small they were and how big the universe is. Not everyone slept. Some people stayed awake as night guards. Their job was simple, but very important: protect the village. They walked slowly around the village with torches, listening carefully to every sound. A broken branch, a distant howl, or movement in the bushes could mean danger. Wild animals were a real threat. Sometimes even enemy tribes attacked at night. The darkness hid everything, so guards stayed alert, because one mistake could cost lives. For ancient humans, night was also full of mystery. They believed that darkness was not empty, it was alive. They thought spirits moved in the dark forests. Strange sounds were often explained as supernatural. Fear and imagination mixed together. This is why night felt powerful, sometimes even spiritual. Darkness was not just absence of light. It was a world full of unknown forces. Ancient nights were not silent or empty. They were full of fire, fear, stories, work, and wonder. Unlike today, where night is just another part of daily life, for ancient humans, it was a completely different world. A world that shaped their survival, their imagination, and their culture. And even today, when we turn off the lights, somewhere deep inside, we still feel a small trace of that ancient fear of the dark, because we are not so far from our ancestors after all.